Hi, good morning, welcome. It's 10 o'clock in the morning, really early start for a wine tour, but what a fabulous place we are today. This is our second little stop. We're at Brenley Vineyards. Over here, as you can see, this is Brenley Farm B&B, and they have weddings and B&Bs here all year round. But today we're here to talk to Tom and Jules about their wine. And trust me, they've got fantastic backers here, which we're going to try later on. But we're going to have a chat with Jules and Tom over in the vineyards over there in about 5 minutes. So we'll see you in a tick. Okay. Right, hi, we're back. I'm back here now with Tom. Tom, nice to meet you. Shouldn't really, but there you go. It's a beautiful morning. The sun's just breaking out, and we're at the vineyards here. At Brenley Vineyard. And Tom, tell us what we got going on here. What grapes you got here? What you growing over here?
So we're growing Chardonnay on Furcal, 95 121, and then we've got Pinot Noir. Growing on SO4, and we've got 115 and 375. 2 hectares of Chardonnay and 2 hectares of Pinot Noir. All of it is destined for making either still or sparkling wine.
Okay.
It's as yet undecided, and we play it by ear as to how the season's going.
Yeah. So at the moment, then, Tom, you've got your Bacchus, which we've had a little sneaky little taste. We will have a little sneaky taste a little bit later on, and I'm telling you now, guys, it is phenomenal, right? And this is 20 minutes from my house. Okay, so this is even closer to my backyard, and this is what's happening around the corner. It is unbelievable. And so mostly Chardonnay, Pinot Noir. For your possibly sparkling coming up.
For the sparkling coming up.
And your Bacchus is a little bit further
the Bacchus
over
is a little
down
bit
there.
further out and round. Yeah, we can take a walk there if you like.
Yeah. Because of Bacchus, I heard that some of the Bacchus out in Germany, they've reduced their production. It's reduced by about 75%. Is this due to sort of bad grapes, and what was the story there? Because we're actually increasing here, aren't we? The Bacchus.
Our Bacchus production is increasing significantly.
Yeah.
I think quite a significant proportion of it is due to the ripening.
Right.
It's been well documented that we're experiencing the close to 1 degree elevation in temperatures, and Bacchus is an early ripening variety. And in Germany, they're finding that it's just getting to the point of ripening too quickly. So whereas over here, we're still managing to pick it as an early variety. That's coming in at the end of September.
Really? Wow.
So it's leading us into harvest earlier and earlier. And the lovely fruity notes and the crisp acidic flavour that we managed to get into it is still very synonymous with a lovely mellow spring, early summer, nice cut grasses, big fresh like fruity flavours without having any of those deep oaky or woody or citrusy flavours that can be a bit overpowering.
Quite light, quite
very
summery.
Very light, very summery.
Salary, as we said earlier on.
Exactly. And a real sort of juxtaposition to the fizz that people seem to think you have to have as a starter. You know, a lovely light white wine. The English Bacchus is a real cracker.
And is that because we're producing just slightly lower yields than what the Germans probably
absolutely.
doing? Has that helped us out?
It has. It really has. I mean, if we're looking at a UK average, I mean, people are getting between 2.5 to 4 tons to the acre. In Germany they might be looking at 7 to 9 tons to the acre.
Yes, that's right.
It's significantly more, and it is down to the to the heat and the continental weather at flowering time.
It's done us a great favour then, really.
It really has.
Absolutely great flavour.
It's become an English grape variety.
Yes, it's more and more popular, isn't it? Everywhere you go now, isn't it? It's Bacchus is mentioned. The old German vine, the old German grape. So are we heading towards sort of over here? Is sort of more the Bacchus sort of. Okay, so we're here over sort of near more the sort of Bacchus area of vines. Tom, so what's the history of the place? Because it feels, and this place is absolutely gorgeous, by the way. It feels like the history is just, how long have we been here? When was the house built and how long your family had it.
Well, thank you very much for saying. And yes, it's a lovely place, and we are very fortunate that we have been living here living and farming here as a family for 5 generations now.
5 generations, wow.
As named family, and then the family ties go back through the years to about 150 years, which we've been farming the same land and living in the same house. It's quite a privilege to be able to call it home, and I really hope that this is the next chapter in managing it for the future. Historically, it's always been a Brenley farm has always been a mixed farm, growing cherries, apples, pears, hops. Very synonymous with the Kent hop picking holidays. We still have 2 families of East Londoners who have been coming here for 4 generations.
So they still come down?
They still come down. They still live on site. We still they still maintain their hop picking huts, and they still stay in them.
So that old
as
traditional,
their holiday.
because I remember been lost. My nan's nan, to come down as a family from South London.
Exactly. Many family would say, right, well, we're going to the huts, and they're going to go and look after them. We still have that on the farm.
Well, that's great, isn't it? That's great.
Hopefully, that sort of tradition, that sort of history that we've been able to nurture, we've been able to maintain, it can pass into the vines. It can pass into the new tradition.
And why not?
When my son and my grandson grow up, perhaps they can say, this has been here for as long as the hills.
200 years.
Perhaps. It'd be real nice to know.
It is fabulous, and also you're doing weddings here now. On that sort of thing, just touched on it earlier on. So if you want to have a fantastic wedding, I mean, this is the place to go. We missed out on that one. I got married quite late, but I still missed out on it. So I should have. If I don't know,
renew your vows.
We don't know. Yeah, if I don't know, I would have come here. It's a fantastic place. And so how old are the actual vines here? How old are they now?
So we've
since they were first planted.
Yeah, we've had a system of planting. Our first vineyards went in 2012, and they started producing from 2014 onwards. And then from 2014, we have been planting a small amount every year. When and as cash flow is allowed. So starting off from having 2 hectares, we've now got 25.
So 25 hectares. So
25
that's
hectares.
Quite considerable.
It is it's a significant uplift.
Is it? A lot of work, Tom.
Yeah, tenfold.
A lot of work.
Once you dip your toe in the water, you sort of decide whether you're going to sink or swim, and it would be really nice if this lovely industry can grow and maintain its reputation for growing top quality world class wines.
Oh, and I think that's what it's all about, isn't it? We were having a brief chat earlier on, and it's all about look, we've got to pay more for English wine. It is a premium product. It's a bit like our cellars. It's a premium product, and I think people do pay that. You're not going to see many English wines on the top shelf, sadly, because we can't produce enough. But on the flip side of that, it's quite nice actually to say, I've had some premium wine today. This is fantastic, and we've had a little taste earlier on, as you know, and it was good, wasn't it? It is. Well, you're going to say, I know you are, but it is good,
Proof in the pudding, always.
Look, I think what we're going to do now, thanks for that, Tom. Fantastic about the history of the place. We're now going to have a little taste, I think, of the Bacchus. See you in a bit.
Let's do it.
Okay, yeah. All right, so here we are. Right, so we're over in this beautiful gazebo, just away from the main house and next to a beautiful willow tree, but also we've got some beautiful wine, Tom. We've touched on it obviously over the past sort of few minutes, talking about the Brenley Bacchus wine. Bottled when, Tom?
2019 grapes, bottled in April 2020 and released in July.
July, wow.
So literally hot off the press.
I'll let you do the pouring because it's your wine,
okay.
Obviously. We had a little taste this earlier on, and it is fabulous. But I just want to have another taste because, you'll see in a minute. So straight away you got florally, melon. Yeah, so, my nose is not the best nose in the world.
White melon, yes.
Yeah, and I can obviously and then that florally of the Bacchus. Oh. I think I'm here today actually with my wife as well, and obviously Nat, who's on video. I think we could possibly stay here all day and just drink this wine because it is fabulous, isn't it?
Well, it's very kind of you to say.
And basically bottled in 19.
Made in 19, bottled in 2020.
Back in 2021. So made in 19, bottled in 2020, and now released.
Released. Yeah, and in its absolute prime
for a very young
wine. Probably going to be in its absolute prime over the next 18 months.
Yeah,
I would imagine.
So that'd be great to come back. We need to come back, I think,
and try it again.
Yeah.
The hint of melon sort of gives way to a bit of lime peel, a bit of zest on the back of the throat.
Yeah.
Don't know if you sort of caught that. And it leaves a very complex yet mellow and spring-like fruity aroma on the back of the tongue.
This is, I must say, is probably fabulous. You know, what's the time now? Is it about 11 o'clock? The sun's just breaking through.
Well, is it too early for the canapes?
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, it's far too early for drinking. Normally it's 12 o'clock time, isn't it? It's normally the first, but couldn't resist it. Obviously, that's why we're here. But great for a nice summer drink in a British garden. And special we are today. So Tom and Jules is over there. Fabulous place, and thank you very much for having us over here for our second tour
Much
of
obliged.
the wine tour. So catch up with you guys next week, where we may be somewhere else in Kent. You never know. See you later.
Cheerio.